Hey YouTube, welcome back to the knife review that nobody was looking forward to. This is my review of the Ozark Trail wood clip knife, that's what they call it, there's no number or anything for it, that I picked up and sort of teased last month. I've been carrying it every day since then, and I've been pleasantly surprised. I've done a little bit of everything with it. I have not sharpened this blade. Myself, all I've done is stropped it, which I would do with any knife that I got, and it's probably sharper than it was out of the box now. And I have been using this. I've used it to cut cardboard, packaging tape, open packages, letters. Actually used it to pop open a couple of watch cases. So right up here, it's going to be a little chipped out, a little jagged, but it actually still cuts fairly well. I can't really, no complaints on that knife. Just taking a look at the packaging here, show you what it actually does tell you about the knife. It's not much. 3.5 inch stainless steel blade, 3.75 inch wood handle, and a pocket clip. It just says wood clip knife. There's no model number or anything. It came with a little, blade tip protector, which I hate those. And then on the back it just says cut hazard, sharp blades in proper use, chiseling, ice picking, prying, applying force onto the back of the blade. Yeah, I've done a lot of those things except for ice picking. And then down at the bottom it just says Walmart Stores Incorporated, Ozark Trail is a registered trademark. Yeah, so you go online and you can't even find this knife on Walmart's website, or any website for that matter. No idea who the actual manufacturer is, no idea what the blade steel is, although it seems pretty adequate to me. But yeah, let's get this out of the way and we'll go through some facts and just some of my opinions as well. Now, first off, 3.5 inch blade. I don't know that it's nowhere near 3.5 inches, guys. First of all, that is false advertising. You can tell that like straight out. Now, if you look all the way down here and see where the blade starts, which is right here, okay, we are right at 3.5 inches, almost, not even at that. See where the blade starts back here? Yeah, no. But actual usable edge, you're looking at roughly 2.5, somewhere around in there. So I mean, not a tiny blade, but not a huge blade either. Overall, you're looking at somewhere around, see here, about 6.5 inches, something like that for the total. So not bad, not a huge knife to carry. That also means it's not unwieldy in hand. It's actually pretty nice to hold, pretty nice to carry. This jimping all the way around the knife, I thought at first that's going to be uncomfortable, or it's just absolutely not going to have any function whatsoever. I was wrong. This actually provides nice grip because this wood is relatively smooth and actually relatively well cut out, and I'm assuming machined, but it's a very smooth, very nice wood. I don't know what kind of finish. I'm assuming just like a oil finish, but it's gotten even more beautiful as I've carried it. It doesn't even say what type of wood it is. It's a hardwood, I know that, but just a really nice wood. My only major gripe about this knife right now, go ahead and show you. Sorry about that interruption. Had a phone call that I just couldn't ignore. Yeah, as I was saying, my big gripe about this knife, the pivot screw is extremely stripped out already. Not sure why that is. But yeah, I tried to remove it with actually a very soft set of drivers, and it just completely stripped out. The driver was fine. Cheap Harbor Freight drivers, which I actually love and use for most things. But generally the drivers will strip out, but this actually stripped the knife pivot out. So what I intend to do is take a Dremel and just cut across here to create a slotted screwdriver place to get this pivot out, because the knife as it is, it's smooth opening. I mean, it's very smooth opening, not gritty. It's not difficult to open at all. This thumb hole does a very good job, albeit a little aggressive If you've got really soft hands, I would steer clear of this knife, or maybe do what a lot of people do, and they put the zip tie on here, like on the Spyderco's. That might be a good way for you to go with this knife. As I said, it is kind of aggressive, but my thumbs have sort of gotten used to it. They stay calloused and messed up all the time. But yeah, as far as ergonomics, the jimping here on the spine of the blade is nice. You can choke up on it and it still feels good. The cutaway for the finger is actually just perfection for me, and it tucks right in here with my pinky. There are no hot spots on this knife for me. Even with my larger hands, there are no hot spots on this knife. The only thing that I could see that might get a little uncomfortable after a while of using would be these corners, which aren't really corners, they're sort of rounded down here. But the wood comes to a very sharp 90, as you can see right there on this side. And so simply you could just take some sandpaper and round that over. But yeah, love the knife. Moving on to the handle anyway. I'm not sure if all the hardware is as soft as this, but I'll assume it is. I haven't tried to remove the scales because I actually haven't needed to. While we're still talking about the handle, let's talk about the lockup. It is a liner lock, which is not that difficult to close. Not as difficult as a lot of other cheaper knives. And it actually works really well. It's fully engaged, and it's an early engagement. So to me, that's good. That's a very good sign. Also, while we're talking down here, let's talk pocket clip. It's polished. I kind of like this little recurve here because it lends itself to your grip when you're gripping the knife. This little portion right here, it's not just a straight down clip. This actually does help in gripping the knife as well. This is for $3.87. This was a very well thought out knife. I don't know if they just ripped it off from somebody else, but I've never seen a knife designed quite like this. So I'm thinking it's not a rip-off. Very well designed knife for the price. It does not carry extremely deep, as you can tell. It ends about here, so you've got that much of the knife sticking up out of your pocket. But to me, that's not a huge problem. And it's not overly thick either. It's watch me pull out the calipers here. It is only. It's not quite half an inch thick, so not bad at all. Also, the claim that the handle is 3.5 inches or 3.75 inches is actually spot on. So I don't know how they got the blade so far off unless they're measuring from the whole blade blank, but it's just not at all not at all correct. Just like I said, that cutting edge is only about 2.5, 2 5/8 maybe. So yeah. Now that we've looked at everything on the handle, let's move on down to the business end. I like the blade shape. It gives you a nice belly here. It is hollow ground, so a lot of people would argue that it's easier to sharpen. You also have this nice flat here on both sides without any studs, mind you. So constant angle sharpeners rejoice. Perfect knife for that. I don't know if this hole might get in the way for some of your clamp-on varieties, like a Lansky or something like that. But you've got this nice flat for like an Edge Pro, which I would love to have, but I don't. Again, no idea what the blade steel is. It sort of feels akin to 440A. And I haven't done anything to this but strop it. And it is still quite sharp. Let's pull a piece of paper here. Oh God, don't cut yourself, Carlin. Yeah, so, yep, I've been carrying it for solid month now. Well, 3 weeks, about 3 weeks, and it'll still do that. So, not bad. Not bad at all. And that went through very easily through a viewfinder. So, very good tip here too. It's not too thin, in my opinion. It's also not too thick. Oh God, please focus. There we go. So nice tip. Nice for detailed work. It's very sharp too. I'm surprised I haven't broken the tip off this knife because I break the tip off of every knife I own that is cheap. This one's actually held up very well. Edge retention is pretty good. I mean, I don't know about years and years of abuse and use, but it sharpens up easily just with a strop, and just no problems there whatsoever. So, all in all, I really like this knife. For an everyday carry knife, it's a good knife. Very good everyday carry knife. As long as you're not just really using your knives like crazy, like most people aren't. Cutting boxes, opening letters, opening packages, cutting through some tape. This actually goes through leather cord. I can't even think what you call it now. Strips of leather pretty easily. And paracord. It cuts paracord rather easily too. No problems with that. Like I said, I did a little prying on that watch back, and it just rolled the edge ever so slightly. Hit it up on a ceramic rod, just right in here, and then stropped it again, and it's back to the sharpness that it was. So not an extremely hard steel, but not an extremely soft steel either. For $3.87, buy one, buy two. I don't know about the other knives that Walmart carries from the Ozark trail line in that price point, but as far as this one goes, buy it. If you can afford to. If this is all you can afford, this will do you perfectly. So yeah, that's just let's get the weight on this one before we're done. I almost forgot. Pull this over. Let's see here. And just one final thing here. 67 grams or 2.4 ounces. Really lightweight knife. For the price, no way you can beat it. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.